So there's a lot of speculation going out there that Microsoft might have bought another studio. You guys heard me correctly. They might have bought another studio, but I always try to at least entertain the idea when I see these acquisitions, and whether or not if it's even possible and whether it makes sense to Microsoft, because they have been buying a lot of studios in the past couple years. But before we get on with the video, definitely hit that like button if you guys enjoyed the video. You can always subscribe to the channel for weekly content. Don't forget to go there and follow me at Twitch at Iron Lords Podcast, and you can also follow me at Twitter at Lord Addict ILP. And without any further ado, let's talk about whether or not Microsoft bought this studio. What's going on, you guys? Gaming Addict here, coming at you for another video. You guys know how I've always talked about these acquisitions, and this isn't even really a lot of rumor going around to it. There's just a lot of speculation going on in the community, and I wanted to really address it. Microsoft has been very aggressive in how they're purchasing studios because they had this thing called Game Pass, and you guys know that if you want a subscription service-based model around games to do well, you're gonna have to have some games. And in order to have a steady amount of games that they need to make the subscription model successful, they're gonna have to purchase more studios. They bought studios such as Playground Games, Undead Labs, and they even bought all of Bethesda. But every question that everyone on YouTube and pretty much Twitter and everything in general has been asking is, what is the next studio that they're gonna buy? And there's a lot of speculation out there going on right now that it's IO Interactive, and that's because that they put the entire Hitman trilogy. It's coming to Game Pass at the end of the month, so a lot of people are naturally assuming, yo, it's kind of weird to put an entire trilogy, an entire franchise, well, newer franchise. Obviously there's Hitman from the previous gens, but this generation with the Xbox One, the Hitman 1, 2, and 3, people are wondering if they're putting all of them on Game Pass, does that mean that they have bought IO Interactive? Because I do believe there are such thing as coincidence, and maybe Hitman 1, 2, and 3, well, I'm just calling them 1, 2, and 3. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, there's previous Hitmans before these, but we're gonna call these Hitman 1, 2, and 3 that's on the previous gen from what we are now. I don't think you can go off just that. I don't think just those games going to Game Pass incentivize that they have bought a company such as IO Interactive. Maybe Microsoft and Xbox just went over there and dropped the bag on the table, because if you remember, there has been other Hitmans that have came onto Game Pass and they have left. So it doesn't really say anything that, all of these games coming here at once. It just shows that, they left for a certain amount of time and now they have came back as a bundled package. They're all back as the whole trilogy and you can enjoy the rest. Who knows? Maybe they're going to announce the next Hitman in the next 6 months to a year, and that's probably why they're trying to get this franchise into as many people as possible. And keep in mind, a lot of people enjoyed Hitman 3 a lot last year. There was people that I seen that was saying this is a game of the year material type of game, and that's a really exciting thing to see go into a subscription service that you can actually value and play all of the trilogy going up to the third one. But if you guys remember correctly, Ches Corin over there at Windows Central, I'm pretty confident it was him. It might have been Jeff Grubb. Sometimes I get the news that they break mixed up, but one of those individuals said that it is very possible that Microsoft and IO Interactive are teaming up to make some kind of fantasy RPG in the future. Now, they did say that if this rumor is true, and they kind of hinted that it's not really a rumor to them, that it's facts, and I think that I would agree with them that, this is happening. It's just a matter of when, that it would come out probably 2024, 2025. Now, I want you to really look around the studios that Microsoft has been working with here lately. Sure, there are some exceptions. Studios that they've worked with the publishing arm of Microsoft, and they're helping them get that product to the market, and they're helping them publish it, and they're helping them, with money-wise in general. I don't know if they're helping them publish it, but, they're doing a lot of stuff marketing-wise to help get these games out in the market, and a lot of it comes exclusive to the Xbox. But I did notice that Microsoft, I don't think is going to be working with a whole lot of second-party studios. I think that they might use this fantasy RPG to really engage if they want to buy IO Interactive, or if they really feel confident in the studio and they really like the pitch that was made to them with the fantasy, RPG, they might just go ahead and buy them now. Now, do I think they bought IO Interactive? It's up in the air. Now, I don't know if this is something that Microsoft would look at. Now keep in mind, they have made Hitman, and as good as Hitman is and as good as a lot of people liked Hitman, I don't know if that's something that's really going to push consoles, but it might be that stepping stone that, you know, with the funds with someone like Microsoft, someone like Xbox, they might be able to elevate that studio to the next level, give them more talent in there, more tech in there. They help them fund stuff. They do better marketing for them because obviously they're an independent developer. They can't do stuff that Microsoft has access to. And I think at that point, maybe they would invest into a team like IO Interactive. Do I think they've done it? I think that if you just consider the Hitman trilogy going to Game Pass on, I think it's January the 20th, 2022, then maybe I don't think that's enough to really go on it. But if you consider the RPG fantasy game that they're making for Xbox, and it's highly rumored that this game is going to be an exclusive to the Xbox brand, then I would say there is some fruit to what everyone's speculating. Now, I don't think we should go out there immediately and automatically assume, yo, Microsoft by IO Interactive, they own Hitman, because I don't think that's something fair to say. But I do think it's something that we can look at, and if it happens, we understand why this happened. But I wouldn't really say it's going to happen until they make that fantasy RPG. But it's like I said, we don't know, because if you look at perspectives and you look at a different thing that happened with Obsidian, they were making the Outer World kind of like what Hitman 3 was, and then they looked at that next project, that fantasy RPG that IO Interactive is making, that was Avowed on Obsidian, and Microsoft was so confident in what they saw on Avowed, which keep in mind, we still haven't seen nothing on Avowed, that they were like, yo, back that truck up, buy Obsidian, we want this studio under our brand. We could see something similar with IO Interactive. They could have helped them with Hitman 3 to a point where they saw that next game that they're making, or they, you know, for instance, maybe IO Interactive just pitched it to them and Microsoft agreed to fund it. So with that pitching, and they see that, you know, this studio has a lot of talent, this studio has a lot of promise, they just need that extra help to get to that next level. And I think that is a good reason why maybe Microsoft did buy them. Now, like I said, I don't think this is 100% happened. Maybe it will happen in the future, but if they announce Monday, which, you know, they love to announce stuff Monday, I doubt it would be this Monday, but if they announced in the future, the near future, that look, we bought IO Interactive and we're going to add them to our first party lineup, I would not be surprised. But, you know, tell me how you guys feel in the comment section below. I'm kind of a little bit stretched on this because I don't know if this is a studio I'd want them to pursue. I feel like they have a lot of studios like this and they don't necessarily need to go after more, but at the end of the day, more talent and the more games that go into Game Pass subscription and Xbox in general, I feel like that's better for everyone, especially the Xbox platform, because it insinuates competition between the platforms and it gives Microsoft more value to their brand and to their services. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys want them to pick up IO Interactive, or do you want them to focus somewhere else in the diversity that they're missing on the platform, such as, like, I don't know, fighters? Tell me in the comment section below what you guys think, and until next time, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace.